Chameleon Antenna has created a connected digital field experience for operators who want more than a product page. This official presentation introduces the new knowledge base, private operator workspace, system planning tools, engineering pattern library, and guided field workshops, built to help you understand, deploy, and improve a complete antenna system. A successful antenna deployment begins long before the first contact. It begins with understanding the system, the site, and the mission. Operators must choose compatible components, control the return path, understand mounting height, and know where their signal is likely to go. Product page alone cannot answer all of that. That is why we built the Chameleon Knowledge Base, a practical field learning system that connects product knowledge, antenna fundamentals, controlled engineering evidence, and real deployment decisions. Search by product, symptom, mission, or question. Even imperfect spelling can lead to the right lesson, guide, pattern, or compatible system. The system builder and compatibility tools help operators reuse the equipment they already own, identify what is still required, and avoid combinations that have not been documented. A technical library is useful only when an operator can find the right answer. The Chameleon Knowledge Base connects forgiving search with permanent product handbooks, allowing you to begin with a product name, a symptom, an operating goal, or an ordinary question. Exact spelling is helpful, but it is not required. This search intentionally misspells Rybakov counterpoise. The CKB still identifies the radial and counterpoise lesson, the complete portable vertical workshop, and the documented history article. Results are ranked by meaning and controlled terminology, not merely by exact title. That matters when you know the problem but do not yet know the official product or engineering language. Operators often repeat the same work before every deployment. Which components they own, which configuration they used, what changed in the field, and which lesson solved the previous problem. My Chameleon Workspace turns that scattered memory into a private working toolkit connected to the knowledge base. Save the Chameleon systems and components you own. The workspace recognizes included equipment, separates documented relationships from unreviewed combinations, and gives the system builder a more useful starting point. Guest mode remains private in the browser. Optional account synchronization may be used where supported, but the operator remains in control of what is preserved or exported. Chameleon equipment is modular, but physical connection alone does not prove that a combination is electrically appropriate or documented. The CKB system builder and comparison tools help operators move from individual components to complete configurations with visible assumptions, required parts, and important limits. Begin with complete systems and individual components already in your kit, then choose what you want to build. The system builder identifies documented relationships, included parts, and required additions. If an assembly recipe or electrical boundary has not been established, the tool keeps that limitation visible rather than manufacturing an answer that merely appears convenient. An antenna analyzer can describe the impedance seen at a measurement point, but it cannot tell you the complete direction and elevation of the radiated field. The Chameleon Coverage and Pattern Library teaches operators how to use NEC models as field planning evidence without turning a simulation into a promise. Before reading gain or elevation angle, confirm the radiator, feed system, RF return path, installation height, ground, and frequency. The library keeps accepted patterns available and incomplete engineering work visibly pending. Every useful interpretation begins with the geometry and assumptions that produce the model. A compact antenna can receive signals while still being installed in a geometry that limits useful transmission. Buildings, fences, ground proximity, available radial space, noise, and property rules all shape the decision. The HOA Knowledge Center begins with those real constraints rather than pretending that a product name alone predicts the outcome. Describe the property type, planned antenna, placement, feed point height, closest structure, distance, available radial or counterpoise space, and communication goal. The tool identifies which installation priorities deserve attention. It does not invent numeric performance when the exact geometry has not been modeled or measured. The Rybakov and the KJ6E POTA Performer are sometimes discussed as though they were interchangeable labels. They are not. The Chameleon Portable Vertical Workshop teaches their different electrical architectures, compares their operational trade-offs, and helps the operator build a complete field system around the mission. The workshop explains history, feed and matching, radiator selection, radial or counterpoise requirements, support, coax routing, common mode control, tuning, and field verification. The Rybakov is taught as a non-resonant vertical system. The POTA Performer uses an elevated radial and a different resonance strategy. Each requires more than a vertical whip and a matching device. A transformer ratio does not identify a complete wire antenna. The balanced or unbalanced interface, radiator geometry, support, feed line, common mode control, safety, and measurement plan all matter. The Chameleon Wire Antenna Workshop connects those decisions into documented build paths that an operator can understand and reproduce. The workshop classifies the Chameleon transformer path before presenting antenna families. A current balun belongs at a balanced interface, and UN transforms one unbalanced impedance relationship to another. The transformer mission matrix prevents a convenient ratio from being applied to the wrong architecture merely because the enclosure and connectors appear compatible. The new Chameleon experience is ready. Explore the knowledge base, save your equipment and field plans, compare documented systems, and use engineering evidence to make better deployment decisions. Visit Chameleon Antenna online, then join the official Telegram channel and daily community chat to stay connected with new guidance, product developments, and operators in the field.